Hello friends, summertime in Alaska is magical and wonderful, and there's a lot of great ways to see the state of Alaska. And one really fun way to explore Alaska is in a motorhome. This beautiful Mini Winnie here is from Ma's Ways RV. They're a family-owned company with a small fleet of RVs that can be rented here in Anchorage, Alaska. This Mini Winnie is our home for the next few days, and I can't wait to bring you along for all the fun. Earlier today, we went and picked up the RV. We did a walk around. We got instructions from Ken, the owner, on all the, buttons and knobs and things. But I haven't really spent much time yet really looking at it. So let's take a tour inside and see what it has to offer. So this RV will sleep 7. It's very nice in here. We've got a bed up here. This couch will also turn into a bed. Tons of counter space and a huge dinette set. This also turns into a bed. We've got a range for cooking and a microwave and lots of good storage up there for food and lots of storage here as well. We've got supplies for eating in here. We've got a refrigerator in here. And then we got to step up to the bathroom with a shower and bathroom. Got towels and a little bit of storage in here. And then we have a queen size bed back here. Bedding in here. All provided by Ma's Way RV. There's pillows up in there and bedding for the other beds. All wrapped up and ready to go. All of the bedding and towels were included with the rental, which is nice. Got a trash can, a dish drainer under here, a little bit of soap, and some sponges. We got our utensils, silverware, pots and pans, strainer, juice pitcher in there, and the TV remotes. We do have one TV here, and then I think I saw another television back here, which can be nice if you end up with some rainy days and just need a way to relax. Now, if you come to Alaska and you rent an RV, your first stop is probably going to be the grocery store. You want to make sure that you go shopping while you're in Anchorage before you get too far out of town, because groceries get more expensive the further you get away from town. And so I would make a list of things that you need. I'm mentally making a list right now. I need to get some soap, hand soap. I want to make sure I have paper towels in here. You definitely need those kind of supplies. I'll let you know all the supplies I think that are necessary when renting an RV before we hit the road tomorrow. Wish you were coming along.
Yeah, I got a little bit of FOMO going on here.
We have the water tank full. We could turn on the water pump and on the water heater and have a hot shower. You have the generator with just the push of a button. Sometimes when you're camping in Alaska, you can plug into the city water. You can plug into electricity. Other times you need a backup generator and you might be boondocking. Little blackout curtains on all the windows, which will help people sleep. I do recommend bringing eye masks to Alaska if you're camping, because it does not get dark, but these curtains I'm sure will help make it much darker than this. Okay, Mark's testing out the stove. Oh, nice. Well, let's start it up. I'd like you to direct me from outside. This is my second time driving an RV, but there's a lot of tricky things to it, so I'm going to do some practicing to make sure that I remember the ins and outs of driving a vehicle that's this long. You really have to be careful with what is behind your back axle. The tail will hit things if you're not careful. You also have to be careful of like steep grades, like going out of parking lots and things like that. So Mark and I are just going to go for a little drive and practice some of those things to make sure that I remember all the ins and outs of it. Mark is outside helping me to make sure I get out of our driveway safely, because it's a little tricky and tight in the driveway. Okay, my backup camera came on.
Okay.
Right, made it.
Okay.
partway out of the driveway without hitting anything. That was a little tricky.
That was tight.
Yeah, thanks for directing me.
Yeah, that was tight. I thought it would be easier to get around than that.
Yeah, it doesn't want to just turn tight. So having somebody spot you, especially when there's houses and buildings and things around, is smart. We came to a local parking lot just to make sure that we can try some different things out. I could practice doing some turns and parking, but also we want to push the slides out and try the awning and just make sure everything's in working order before we head out. I feel like there's already a lot of room here, so I'm very interested to see what it looks like when the slide is out, or what it feels like. The slide goes all the way out or all the way in. You don't stop halfway. Wow!
Yeah, there's a lot of room.
A lot of room. I'm excited this RV has an awning because if it gets rainy, it's really nice to have somewhere to hang out underneath. Awning out.
Oh, it's a big one.
Oh, that's big.
Yeah, it is.
This is like our living room for the next few days.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of space.
You can set up those camp chairs they have in the back, and
These are some camping chairs. It comes with 4 camping chairs. Some leveling blocks in here in case you're on a campsite that's not level. And I spy a cooler over there, which can come in really handy if you have fish or just need extra food storage. This particular model of RV also has self-leveling, so if you are at a spot that's not level, it will self-level itself, or you can do those manual leveling. Home sweet home for the next few days. I think we're gonna be quite comfortable. So this bed got pulled out. It's much bigger than I realized. This is almost a queen size bed, so that's great. So typically I know you would be coming right from the airport to rent an RV like this, but I have the luxury of looking around so I can see what we need before we head out tomorrow. And hopefully if you come and rent one, that will help you out as well. We just brought in the awning. Now we're gonna put in the slide before we drive. All right, friends, we are packing up to leave. We're getting all the food together. Everyone's bags packed into the motorhome. We have bonus kiddos on this trip. 3 cousins are coming along. Grandma and Grandpa are coming. It's going to be an amazing trip, but we got to get everything packed first, which is a huge job. Been working at it all morning, but it's time to get the last minute things into the motorhome. Got 2 different lists here that I'm working off, the food list and then my just to-do list. If it's not on the list, it won't happen. I won't remember it. These are the things that I would make sure that I grabbed before I headed out of Anchorage with the motorhome. Paper plates, paper towels, toilet paper for the trip, trash bags, and hand soap for the bathroom and kitchen. All right, this is future Lauren. Make sure you bring some sort of oil when you're in a motorhome, some seasonings, salt and pepper. When it comes to driving an RV, my best advice is to just give yourself lots of extra time. Alaska roads can be bumpy, they can be small, and they often are only 2 lanes at times. So you just need to give yourself more time to get places, more time to slow down and speed up, to be aware of turns and holding up traffic, be aware of animals like moose along the side of the road or crossing the road. Don't be in a rush and enjoy the journey. We made it to Talkeetna. It's raining. There was no rain in the forecast, but it is raining. But we got a motorhome. We made it safely, made it along the highway with no problems, thank goodness. This is a very small campsite. It only has 4 spots, but we do have electric to plug in. We're gonna make sure we're leveled and we're gonna get things hooked up and set up. So electricity, pushing out the slide, and then pushing out the awning is kind of the first things on the list. All right, we got our plug going under the motorhome.
plugged in. We got so much room now.
Yeah!
All right.
So much more!
Got a bigger room.
Since we have the option, we're gonna try the auto leveling. Oh, it's going down in the front.
Yeah, not the...
There, oh, to level it up, lift it up. Wow! We're impressed.
That's amazing!
cool. All right, time to make beds and make sure everybody has their stuff put away. When renting an RV in Alaska, you most likely will be putting in a lot of miles on your rental. Be sure to look into what companies charge per mile for driving. This RV rental included 100 miles per day, and they roll over without any extra fee, which was nice. Just something to keep in mind when booking an RV rental, because it can really change the price of your RV rental. I'm like getting out of breath. Motorhome beds are hard to make. Right, we got the mattress cover on, now we have sheets. This RV rental came with bedding, which was really nice. I did have several children choose to just sleep in their sleeping bags to make it a little bit easier for packing away during the day. That is one thing that I have found in RVs is there's not a ton of extra room, especially if the bedding is stored away during the day. That takes up room for your bags. All right, one bed is made. That feels like an accomplishment. The rest of the beds will have to be made just right before bed. But we'll make sure we get kind of things arranged, and then I think they're making a fire and we can hang out. If you want to have a fire when at a campsite, you need to make sure that you plan to bring your own wood. This is not normal for your campsite to have all this wood for you to use. I did see many places as we were driving to our campsite that were selling bundles of wood, so make sure you plan for that before you get to your campsite if you want to have a nice fire. It is very nice to have a stove in a motorhome, especially if it's rainy or you don't have other options. We have Grandpa here, he has a camp stove. I'd prefer to be outside with everybody else, so we're gonna cook our dinner outside, but
I want a banana.
it would work in here as well.
I want a banana.
May I have a banana, please?
May I have a banana, please?
Yes. This motorhome did not come with this outdoor cooking stove, but it did come with all of the pots and pans and knives and cutting boards that we needed to make our meal. We just chose to be outside. Cooking inside would have also been a great option, and then just enjoying our food around the campfire.
Have fun at it. Nothing emoji. Right into this.
We're making sourdough grilled cheese to go with our soup. Eating our meals around a campfire just hits differently. Everybody was happy and satisfied. All right, everyone's fed, made it through our first meal. Just doing a little pre-cleaning before I actually wash the dishes. And then we can relax for the evening. Very tiny to do all these big pots dishes, but they're all clean. It was very quick. Clean dishes, check. Let's go enjoy the campfire. My rule, even in a motorhome, is always to be outside as much as possible and come in here to sleep and go to the bathroom and wash dishes and things, but outside is the best place to be. You gonna have a chocolate?
Oh,
You want?
Hunter, I need some help here for a minute.
Enjoying some chocolate and marshmallows, huh? Graham crackers. I know I said we'd try and be outside as much as possible, but there are times where it's just nice that we have this indoor space for the family to be able to hang out in as well.
No,
Kids are taking advantage of having
I don't know how to play.
Mother has infinite.
This game.
a screen. Taking a little break here in the motorhome.
Press A, press A.
Pilot light.
Trying to make some cookies, but we gotta. But that just says, this says ignite top burner spark. But it doesn't say it's the pilot. Pilot and then on.
So maybe it's an automatic on.
I wonder if we gotta light it. But the other thing I noticed is this, I think, needs to come down. It's way too high up there. Right?
Okay, so.
Here, you push pilot and I'll light it. There we go. There we go. Got this tiny little pan because we got a tiny little oven. But I just got these pre-made triple chocolate, which is semi-sweet chocolate plus white chocolate chunks, rich dark chocolate, and chocolate chunks, caramel, butter, and sea salt.
Oh, that's interesting. I've never seen it like that.
Can you get me a piece of aluminum foil from Grandma, please? So a few things I've realized as we've cooked in here over the last few days. If you don't have things like salt, pepper, tinfoil, plastic bags, things like that, and you think you're gonna need them, grab those. Those are not included with the RV. I had kind of forgotten about those kind of things, but thankfully my mom has it. Another thing, oil. Thankfully my mom had oil. They've got their RV packed with all the staple items, I would call them, that I didn't think about this time. So you gotta bring all those things along. So you wanna buy a few little things like that. Salt, pepper, any spices you're gonna want, and then some oil. I think we're gonna start with sea salt, caramel, chocolate chunk. I don't think this thing is in the right way. We gotta try again. It's like lopsided and somebody put it in. Maybe? I think it's supposed to go like this. There we go. Somebody put it in the wrong way. Okay. No, we're not lit anymore. Let's see. Back of the oven is definitely hotter than the front of the oven, but these are our cookies. Round 2. Hopefully it'll turn out better than round 1. Cookies are not coming off the tinfoil. Oh well.
Even can't slide a knife up?
You can have a piece, but
Thank you.
full cookie, no. We're trying. I've tried a knife, I've tried a spatula. I've been unsuccessful so far.
Bye.
You saying bye-bye?
Bye.
Grandpa's going fishing. All right, round 2, just on the pan, did much better. They're coming off. Thought I was saving myself the scrubbing, but okay, I'll be right there, baby. The caramel in those cookies just made it really tricky. It just wants to stick to everything. Some of my favorite things about camping in a motorhome is having the convenience of a kitchen with a microwave, a stove for cooking and baking, and the refrigerator for keeping your food cool. And being able to take a shower and get clean, major bonus points. Being able to come in and get out of the elements when needed, especially for sleeping. And I also love that we could charge electronics, but at times it does feel cramped, it does get messy. But overall, a great experience. If you rent a motorhome, be prepared to do a lot of sweeping up. It just gets messy, it gets dirty. There's not a whole lot of storage for your stuff, we found, so you end up with things all over the place. But sure is nice to have somewhere to sleep, cook, go to the bathroom. I do also recommend having a second vehicle with you, if at all possible, to drive in. Because you don't want to pack everything up, put all the slides in just to go to the grocery store. Hold on, let me sweep that up. Gotta help her down here. Thank you. Oh, that's my pile. That's my pile. Excuse me. Oh, thank you. All right, we had run out of water, so we're filling up a little bit. This motorhome ended up being the perfect base camp for us for a 5-day trip. We did move campsites one time in the middle of our trip, and it worked out beautifully for us. Make sure you come back for our other videos of all the fun we had while in Talkeetna. The final thing on our list after driving home is to pump out the tanks. Different motorhome companies have different requirements whether or not you need to pump your tanks before you return it. I'm just going to show you what it's like to pump it, even though Mosway RV said we could bring it back full and that they would pump it for us. If you are using the RV for more than 2 or 3 days, it is very likely that you will end up needing to pump at some point. I feel like dumping your RV is sometimes the trickiest driving you have to do the whole time. The spots are always a little bit tricky to get into, but I've got my dad here to help. We came to a Chevron station. They allow you to dump for free, and Dad already knew that. Some places will charge you $5 to $10 for dumping, but here it is free. There's gloves up here if you need. Okay, so he included a pair of gloves, which is a very nice touch, and also a box of gloves. You always want to wear gloves. Got a box of gloves right there.
Put this on here.
So you make sure that your trap is closed before you hook up. Then they always provide some sort of rock to hold it in the hole.
Okay,
And then you open.
we're gonna open
valve.
the butt. Ooh, and it's coming.
Second up is gray tank. It's your wash water. That kind of flushes out the tube. We went Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and we were full on both our gray and our black water tank. If we were gonna camp any longer, we would have needed to dump somewhere near where we were camping, probably on day 4, so that we could keep camping. But we knew we were coming home. Clean out your tube afterwards. All right, getting the hose put away. This time the hose was in here. Sometimes it'll be in this back bumper. All right, here's the painful part. Pumping the gas. See how much gas it took. We're at $3.59 a gallon. We want the 50 cents off. Hey, $3.09, we like it.
Did you just cap it?
All right, that's not as much as I thought it was gonna be. 27 gallons, $85. All right, Grandpa backed me into my spot. I feel very grateful to be at the end and no incidents. It went very smoothly. We hope you enjoyed coming along as we experienced renting a motorhome from Mosway's RV. We are so grateful for each and every one of you, and we'll see you again real soon for more of This Alaska Life.